After a day-long snow dump, residents in southern Minnesota are still digging out and even venturing out tonight, though road conditions are still mixed. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Lauren Lemanchek.
And I'm Carla Holt. Simply put, Sunday's snowstorm was a travel nightmare, though tonight there is some good news to share. Our Jennifer Hoff is live in Albert Lea off I-35. Jennifer?
Road conditions are certainly getting better, but man, is it still cold out. In fact, we were there right as crews reopened 35W South from here in Albert Lea down into Iowa, which of course is a major thoroughfare. The bad weather conditions forced a lot of drivers, truck drivers especially at that, to pull off of this interstate for at some point 24 hours, and even had the National Guard being called in to rescue other stranded drivers.
Traffic was still tricky Monday, a day after another snowstorm smacked Minnesota, forcing longtime trucker Francine McNabb to pull over.
Might as well sit and wait where I have food and a washroom and we're good.
Stopped for a full 24 hours as wind and ice made 35W impassable. Crews even closing the interstate in Albert Lea into Iowa.
Yeah, it's about 4-ish hours drive normally.
McNabb headed to Des Moines, will now be late.
Most of the time they're pretty understanding because they would rather their equipment actually, or their supplies actually show up versus it being in a ditch or wrecked.
State Patrol reports there were 24 jackknife semis yesterday and nearly 400 other vehicles that went off the road. The conditions so dangerous, the governor activated the National Guard.
And the Guard's motto is always ready, always there, and it's situations like this that we live that motto.
Colonel John McRae says Guardsmen used vehicles like these to even rescue several drivers, and 35 of them took shelter at a local armory in a storm similar to one 9 months ago. The soldiers also responded to then.
They want to be involved in the warfight if, God forbid, we go to war again, but they also want to be able to be involved in the community day to day and help out their friends and neighbors.
The interstate finally reopening around 2 and getting people back on the roads, but not without a word of warning.
Visibility is good, but that doesn't mean the road is safe.
Good advice indeed, and I can attest to those road conditions. Coming from the metro into Northfield, pretty tolerable, but things deteriorated quickly from Northfield down into here into Albert Lea, and then again we haven't been able to get much further south of here, but again that interstate reopened about 2 o'clock. So just a good word of warning there, that just because the road is open, just take things easy if you do hit the roads. Back to you.
Good advice, Jennifer, and thank goodness for all the National Guard troops, the plow drivers, the first responders, everyone who was out there keeping it safe. Jennifer, thank you.